Why blue-collar workers are finally getting paid more. Why are the trade jobs everyone ignored suddenly paying more than a lot of degrees? For the first time in a long time, people are starting to realize these jobs earn respect and they can lead to an extremely profitable career. Now, for years, the belief was always the same. If you want to make good money, you have to go to college, get a degree, sit behind a desk for 30 years. That's what I was told, and I actually believed it for a while. But that idea, it's falling apart really fast nowadays. Because of the trades, they're currently booming. And people with no degree, no fancy connections, and no clue where to start are landing jobs that pay better than most office jobs. I know because I lived it. I started working in a retail store, stocking shelves, struggling to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't have any money to go to college. And honestly, I didn't want to sit in a classroom for 4 years piling up a bunch of student loan debt. So I took a different path. I got into plumbing. I put in the work and I learned the trade. And now I'm running my own business. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to train many others and get them starting in the plumbing trade. I even had the opportunity to live in Central America for almost 6 years, where I helped communities get access to clean water and taught healthy plumbing practices. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why blue-collar workers are finally getting paid what they're worth. So what changed, and how can you take advantage of it right now, especially if you're looking for a stable, high-paying career but don't want to go the college route? Let's dive in. First, we need to talk about something simple: supply and demand. As the population grows, it requires more houses and buildings, which means you need more trade workers like plumbers. The more houses and buildings, the more pipes and toilets that need to be installed and need to be fixed. And we all know no one wants to wait for weeks or years for their house to be built or a week for a toilet to be unclogged. The truth is, there's not enough skilled tradespeople anymore, and the population is continuing to grow. For years, schools pushed every student toward college and said that the trades were only your backup plan. So guess what's happened? We now have thousands of office workers and people competing for the same jobs, making it very hard to get hired unless you know someone or have a connection. But it also means hardly any electricians, HVAC techs, and barely any plumbers. And after a decade of that, we're extremely short on qualified talent. The average age of a skilled tradesperson is pushing 50. A lot of them are retiring, and there's not enough new blood coming in. So companies are scrambling and having to raise wages, offering big bonuses or hiring people with zero experience because they have no choice. That's why the pay in the trades is going up so fast. The supply is low and the demand is through the roof. This is great news for anyone who likes working with their hands. Let's talk about the myth that held most of us back. Going to college or trade school is how you would succeed in life. That used to be true about 20 years ago. But now, you can spend 4 years getting a degree and end up not getting a job because it's been replaced by AI, or end up working a job that barely pays your bills. I've seen it over and over with guys having $100,000 or more in student loan debt, working an entry-level position, making $42,000 a year. Meanwhile, a kid fresh out of high school, he gets trained in a trade like plumbing and immediately starts making money and building experience in the workforce. And within a year or two, he's making 60 to 80 grand as a plumber with no student loan debt and didn't have to go to get a 4-year college degree, no suit and tie, and driving around in a company vehicle while creating an opportunity to eventually become a plumbing business owner. The math isn't hard. The trades just make sense right now. If you don't believe me, here's another reason that makes blue-collar jobs so valuable right now. We solve real problems. When a pipe bursts, someone needs to get it fixed, and it needs to be fixed fast. When your AC dies in July, you're not calling a guy with an MBA that's never touched a tool before. You're calling a technician. These jobs are hands-on, make real-world impact, and can't be outsourced to a call center. A robot's not going to replace your water heater anytime soon. So when you learn a trade, you're learning a skill that will always matter and always be in demand. And that means long-term stability and long-term income. Now, if you've ever thought about getting into a trade, but didn't know where to start, you don't have to figure it out all alone like I did. There's actually free intro courses that you can take through a company called CourseCareers, linked below, where you'll learn about jobs like plumbing, like HVAC, electrical, drafting, and more. These intro courses are just a few short videos, but they break down showing you exactly what the job is like day to day and will help you determine if that career is a good fit for you. A lot of people use it to test the waters before committing to a new career or getting into student loan debt. College or trade school makes you responsible for student loan debt, even if you don't know it's something you want to do on the first day of class. If you decide to go any further, there's a full course that teaches you the job-ready skills employers are actually hiring for right now. You will have enough skills to get hired fast. It's flexible, it's affordable, and you don't need a degree to get started. See which career path is right for you on their site by watching the free intro courses like the one I teach for plumbing. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out for free today. One more thing I want to say. For a long time, people looked down on blue-collar work. You'd hear stuff like, oh, you're just a plumber, or why didn't you go to college, or even you're too smart to work with your hands. If anyone's ever said something like that to you, you know how frustrating that feels. Like the work you do doesn't matter. Like somehow sitting at a desk is more valuable than building or fixing something real. But that kind of thinking is finally changing, and it's changing really fast. Most people are waking up to this truth. These jobs take real skill. Plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and others are not jobs you just fall into anymore. They offer you a very bright future. You just have to learn, train, and get better every day. It takes focus, it takes patience, it takes grit. You can't be scared to get dirty. You can't quit just because a pipe broke or it's 100 degrees outside. You have to figure it out, and you have to keep going. That's the kind of work that builds something inside of you. It's a confidence, like a pride, a real sense of purpose. I've worked with guys who make six figures, no college degree, no student loans hanging over their heads. They own their own homes, take family vacations. Some of them even run their own businesses. And the best part, at the end of the day, they feel proud because they built something. They fixed someone's water heater so they could shower and do the dishes. They made sure a family had heat in the winter. They passed an inspection on a brand new home. They know that their work matters, and that feeling is a sense of pride that's hard to beat. The trades aren't a fallback plan anymore. They're not what you do when college just doesn't work out. They're a main plan for people who want to build a life that actually works. It's a real path to success, and more people are realizing it. These are hands-on, real jobs. They're finally getting the respect and pay they've always deserved. But make no mistake, nobody has handed that respect to us. It wasn't a gift. We earned it by showing up and doing the work most people can't or won't do. So if you've been wondering what your next move is, if you're stuck in a dead-end job or just tired of chasing something that doesn't feel right, just know there is another option. There's a real future in the trades. You can learn the skills, you can get trained, and you can start building a career that gives you money, freedom, and best of all, a purpose. If you want to learn more, there's a free intro course linked below. It costs nothing to explore your options. It just shows you what's out there and helps you figure out what trade might be right for you. Because if this is a path for you, your life could change just like mine did. If this video helps you see things differently, I've got more coming up, so make sure and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel. If you want to explore those trade careers yourself, check out the free intro course in the description. I'll see you on the next one.